Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So a few weeks ago on my past few videos, I said I was going to address the topic of getting your mojo back, but this has actually inspired me to kind of do more than just an ad hoc video here and there. I plan on having like a video like this maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, depending on what works for you guys. And I did the girl problem series, but I really felt like I wanted to do more than just girl problems and just address life problems that anyone can be affected by, young, old, or whatever. Because if there's one thing I like doing, it's one, talking. I absolutely love talking till I give myself a headache. But I also like sharing and using my words in a positive way that can make a difference in people's lives. Cringe, Mother Teresa. My middle name's actually Teresa, by the way, so you never know. Anyway, so I thought I would start maybe a series. I'm thinking of calling it Guide to Life. But if you think there's anything better, then leave a comment below, and maybe a title of these series of how I should do them. And I'm thinking of doing one video once a week, maybe every other week or something like that. So again, write that in the comments below. And I'm going to be addressing your topics, like your issues that you have. And I've had some emails of late. Well, I always get emails, and I was like, let me just really address these, because I get quite a few of the same ones. So dealing with a broken heart and bringing a guy home, how would you do that? And confidence is a massive one I get. So I'm going to address these topics, but if you have any topics you want me to answer or discuss, then literally follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and is it hashtag yet? No, at me, Patio Loves You, and then hashtag GTL, so Guide to Life, and then with your question or your query. But if you don't want to make it public, then just do it on Facebook as well. So let's get to the topic of losing your mojo. And I think some of you might ask, what is a mojo? Well, I see it as kind of that spark, that unique thing about you that gives you joy, peace, confidence. It's just that groove, you know, that groove is your mojo. And I definitely felt like I had lost my mojo for a period of time, but I've kind of been getting it back, and I'm going to tell you how I did that. There are two main ways that I think that you lose your mojo. One of them is by words, and I know people don't, you know, may think that's weird, but words, the things that people say about you, the things that you say about yourself, the things that you allow to come in to your being can impact you. And I always believe the term life and death is in the power of the tongue, so to speak life. And then after that is situations. So it could be your job situation, it could be your home situation, it could be the fact that you're in a negative environment and you don't realize that that's kind of putting kind of clouds all over you and is actually impacting your mojo. For me, my mojo was that I used to be someone who, no matter the situation, I was fairly positive that things would always turn out good. And furthermore, I was almost adamant, like delusionally adamant, that all things will work out for my good. So yeah, even if, you know, I lost my legs, I would believe that my legs would be growing back in a year or two. But then I started to kind of quite doubt a lot, doubt myself a lot, doubt what good I could receive, and just, you know, I allowed my situations to get over me and get quite negative, and it kind of made me made me feel quite down and stuff. I'm sure many of you have been there where you're quite outgoing, confident people, and then you feel that you kind of retreat and you don't know why you've retreated. Or you used to be quite sure of yourself, and then all of a sudden you're not very sure of yourself anymore. And that is really not a good place to be in. Getting it back. I think the most important thing is to know who you are. And a lot of people don't actually know who they are, in terms of you don't know your value and you don't know your importance. And some people define their importance but is by who loves them, who's their friend, who talks to them, how popular they are, how many followers that they have on Facebook or Twitter or whatever. And this is how they define how important they are. And I actually love to say that your mere existence, your mere being put together means that you're so valuable. The fact that you are able to live, to breathe, the work that it takes your cells to get together is literally a miracle. So your life means that you are valuable, and if you have nobody, you have life and breath in your bones and lungs. And that means you are valuable. You're valuable today and you're valuable for the future. And it's really important to walk in that confidence of your value and not define your value by, I don't have many friends, I don't have many followers, I'm not very popular, I'm not very successful. That doesn't define somebody's value. Your existence defines value. And once you get that into your head and are able to say that, well, I'm alive and I exist and I've been created, you're valuable. Once you embrace that, it kind of fills you with the confidence of your life despite what is going on. So secondly is now to work on the words, okay? So I always believe in speaking to yourself. You might seem crazy, but if nobody's going to tell you anything, you need to tell yourself, okay? So if it's a case of, well, I'm beautiful, I'm wonderful, I'm smart, I'm courageous, relay all the things that you are back to yourself, because as you speak it upon yourself, it sounds like church, doesn't it? But no, I truly mean this. As you speak things, good things to yourself, it starts to push the negative things away, and it almost triggers something in your mind where you remember your worth and you remember your value and you get excited, and that kind of lifts you up, brings your mojo back. And I would say to myself, you know, Patricia, you know things work together well for you. You know that this and this has happened, but yet you've come out in this and this and this way, Patricia. And I'm like, oh yeah. And then that slowly builds me back up into remembering my value and my worth. Also, when there are people around you who are negative, or people who are around you who say things about you, to you, whatever, and as they speak it, these things can kind of, it's almost like it's like stamping on you. It's like pushing you down. Now, when words that are said to you are negative, I'm like that. I'm like, no. I'll be like, I rebuke that. You cannot tell me nothing. Right? And you've got to learn to do that. You either get yourself out of the situation where people might say bad things to you or say bad things about you. You don't take those on board. You don't accept them. As they come in, you reject them. Well, I'm sorry, I don't accept that. Simple as that. And that will help you build your confidence, and you will be able to stand firm in who you are as a person. So I end that whole section as proclaiming the truth of who you are. So the next thing is to work out the situations. As I said, negative situations, environments, these are the things that can trigger you losing your mojo. And actually, it's a very slow process, and you might not realize slowly but surely you're in the same situation, you're getting more and more down there. This could be at work, this could be at home. You just realize slowly but surely it's kind of eating you. It's eating your personality, it's eating who you are. You need to identify that, and you need to either work how to change that environment or how to get that environment. If it could be as simple as rearranging your room and getting some flowers in and some candles, it could be as simple as that. It could be a place where you actually have to get up and leave your job and do what you want to do to get your mojo back. Or you might have to leave home if it's not a conducive environment for you to be in. But you've got to identify that that situation could be triggering you losing your mojo. And then once you've identified that, choose to change it, make an active decision to change it, or choose to get out of it. So the final thing I think there is to remember is that this is just a part of life. Losing your mojo and getting it back can happen all the time. Anything can trigger you kind of being down about yourself. So finally, you've got to remember that this is an ongoing process, and that it's not just wham bam, do these 2 things or 3 things and you're there, you're wonderfully confident and you've got all your mojo back. But it's an ongoing process, and it's a part of life. There are going to be times when you're down. There's going to be times where you lose yourself. But what you need to do is ensure that those times don't last for too long, that you lose yourself for far too long and you can't come back. So remember these things. So remember to speak to yourself. I know you might look crazy walking down the street, but it's fine. At least you've got your mojo. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that video and it gave you some ideas on how to get your mojo back. Any other topics you want me to talk about, as I said, just at me at PattyOLoveYou and hashtag GTL. and leave a comment below for any topics or whatever. But reach out to me as any way that you feel is best, and we will work on lots of new topics. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.